Hello everyone, good evening. I welcome you all to the GRE Preparation Made Easy Verbal Reasoning class by Mrs. Annapurna Murugan. Here are a few instructions for the participant. Make sure you have a stable internet connection and a noise-free environment. We recommend you to use your earphones for best experience. Also respect your instructor, your classmates and yourself. Do not write anything inappropriate on the chat box. Also, we have 3 packages, bronze, silver and gold. If you upgrade to silver and gold, you'll get extra benefits like evaluated mock tests and expert university recommendations and so on. We also have free profile evaluation with our experts, comprehensive evaluation, university shortlisting, course recommendations, doubt clearance. We also have free live IELTS classes that is from Monday to Friday from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. It is a 4-week course, and Duolingo classes Monday to Friday 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. It is a 2-week course. We also have this webinar, Study Abroad Loan Masterclass by IDFC Bank. It is on this Saturday. You can register for free. Also, the gold package, we have special offer for gold package starting from ₹499 with extra benefits. Here are a few achievements. Also, this is the Ubergrad site. You can select the country, course, and specialization. When you go on Explore, you can select the countries, universities, courses, and exams to get all the information. When you go on Solution, you have free profile evaluation, talk to the counselor, country recommendation, test preparation, store for lives, GRE, and Duolingo. Also, additional services. Also, blogs are uploaded, weekly blogs are uploaded. You can go through them. To contact us, you can call us, WhatsApp us, and mail us. When you go on My Test Preparation and click on GRE View Course, you will get the daily handouts and recordings. For verbal ability, all the handouts and recordings are uploaded timely. I'll be sharing the link on the chat box. Also, in case of any other query, you may please ask through chat box. Thank you. You may start.
Yeah, thank you. Hi guys, good evening. I hope everyone is doing great and also must be excited. Weekend starting, right? I guess it is an extended weekend also. Okay, right. With this happy note, let us start off with our session. So today I'll be concentrating more on words because I basically discussed lot many questions with regards to text completion as well as sentence equivalence, and even we did them practically. That means we saw like what are the key things that we need to keep in mind when we are solving them. So according to my 4 days of experience with you guys, I felt that you people have understood the sentence structure, how to break them, how to do the sentence mapping and guess the shadow word there. So therefore, that's the reason I felt like, okay, let me focus today on some of the important words and transition words so that your life will become easier or GRE. Okay. Let me share the screen for you guys. We all know that. See, like earlier also I said, so breaking the sentence and knowing the sentence structure or understanding the sentence structure plays equally important role, just like your this one. What is that? Words. Okay. Words also plays crucial role. It's not that if you're very good in your this one, what is that? Sentence understanding, getting the shadow answer, everything. After getting shadow answer, if you are not able to recognize the meaning of the word, so it will be a great problem, isn't it? So therefore, what you need to do, you need to work on words also. And in fact, we had dedicated one complete week for words also. There I had spoken about roots, prefixes, suffixes, high frequency words, one word substitutions, then foreign words and GRE list of words, and even high frequency words I had spoken about, and transition words. Today, I'm just focusing more on high frequency words because these words, by hook or crook, you will be seeing in your GRE exam. That means very commonly these words are found in your GRE, this one, and that is the reason like we have these words here. So why I am focusing today on this means, when we discuss anything, that you will remember in mind. Okay. And also indirectly I am saying that you need to work on these words. Okay. So therefore, let us quickly understand some of the words that has been given. And also I would appreciate you guys, so along with me, even you people need to start remembering. Okay. When I'm explaining the things, like you need to have that mnemonics and you need to remember them, and you should not forget these words. Why? Because we have discussed here. Okay. So let us quickly discuss all of these words here. Okay. So now we have abate. Abate is what? Abating. It is subsiding or moderating certain thing. Okay. So that is your abate. Aberrant is what? Something abnormal or something deviant from the normal thing, which is not according to the normal standard, that we can call it as aberrant. But when you listen to the word aberrant, what do you feel? You feel that, so it is something like, what is that, rough or something like that? No, don't go by the words, this one, appearance. So aberrant is something abnormal. Abeyance is suspended action. That means the action, any activity or anything that is stopped in between. Okay. So in between its completion. So that is called abeyance. That means it could be temporarily suspended action. It could be temporarily or permanently suspended action. So any action that is suspended, I mean that is stopped in between, we can call that as what? Abeyance. And what do we mean by abscond? ex Depart secretly or hide. Okay. So hiding without anybody's knowledge, so that is absconding. Abstemious, so like many, I guess many people would be hitting gyms. When you people hit gym or when you are on diet, what you do? You spare yourself from eating and drinking. That means you will be basically what? Stopping yourself from this one, indulging into eating and drinking. Okay. So that is you being temperate there. That is abstemious. Now admonish is what? To warn or reprove. Adulterate is to this one, what is that? Make the substance impure for our self profit. Okay. If you are destroying the purity of a substance by adding some inferior substance, so then it is adulterate. Aesthetic is a very common word these days. You can see that every other person will be using this word, aesthetic. Aesthetic means something very beautiful, artistic, which has something very like exclusive touch. So that is aesthetic. Aggregate is what? Total, gather, accumulate. All these things we can take it as aggregate. Alacrity. Alacrity is also very common word you would have seen. Alacrity is nothing but the cheerful promptness, that eagerness. Okay. Promptness is what? So prompt means we always think it as sincere. No, it is not sincere. Your eagerness, your excitement to pick up or do something. Okay. So that is that cheerful promptness, eagerness. One should be alacrity. Even I could say that you guys need to be alacrity while you're preparing for your GRE. Okay. So that means you need to have the cheerful promptness in. So working on this. Alleviate is what? Relieving from the pain. Amalgamate, to combine or to unite in one body. That means mixing up. Okay. Mixing up. So, and getting one substance together, that is amalgamate. Ambiguous is what? Something which is unclear. Okay. That is our ambiguous. Ambivalence is what? So when we, many times we come under this situation, we are under ambivalence condition many times when we have this conflicting attitude. Many times, say what happens, you, if you have a cold war with your friend. Okay. So if they have some function at their place, if they call you, if you are invited but already there is a cold war, so you will be under two this one, what is that, uh, uh, two minds, whether you will be going there or whether you will not be going there. And many times when you people choose your careers, okay, that means your studies, okay, you will be under one mindset, like you may want something you want to choose as your subject, but with regards to parents you have to choose something else. That means all those confusing situations, okay, especially when it is connected to emotions. So we call that situation of your mind to be what? Ambivalence. Okay. And ameliorate is what? To improve. So what is this ameliorate? So to improve the condition, that is called ameliorate. Then anachronism, something of the time, something which is this one not placed in right time, that is anachronism. And analogous is what? So something comparable, analogous situation. See, all these words will come in reading also, will come in your short passages also, it will come in your text completion and sentence equivalence. That's the reason I am explaining these words for you guys. Okay. So anarchy is what? Aki is government, an is off. So that means it's a condition where we don't have any ruling body. Okay. So that means a state of disorder, or so a state where we have no governing body. Okay. Anomalous is also what? Abnormal. What we had here? Abnormal, aberrant. See, now like this only you people need to make the journal here. See, anomalous, aberrant, so abnormal, irregular, all these are family words, right? And antipathy is what? Aversion. You're disliking. Okay. So when you dislike, Ashwin, yes. So actually, we have many books related to this GRE word. Okay. So I'll be telling them. So in the later stage. Okay. So let me complete off these things. Okay. So now, antipathy is what? Aversion, your dislike. Okay. So pathy is what? Liking. Anti is opposite. So what is that? Aversion. I had told you guys, right? When you even know the root words, prefixes and all, you can at least get the word meanings there. Appease is what? Pacifying, soothing, relieving. We had relieving one more word. So if you see here, okay, let me just put it in the this one. Sorry, just give me. Alleviate is also relief, and you can see that appease is also relief. So pacify or alleviate or soothe. So you can get there only. Ameliorate is also something which we can take it up. Okay. Apprise is what? Inform. This apprise. RAISE is what? That is different. We'll come across that also. Apprise is different and appraise is different. Okay. So then approbation is approval. So that means giving a sanction or giving that nod of acceptance. That is approbation. Appropriate is to acquire or so take possession of something. So that we say it as appropriate. But how do we use appropriate? As if something good. Okay, no. Here, appropriate is what? It is acquiring the position there or taking over the possession. So that is appropriate. Arduous. Arduous is what? Hard, strenuous. Okay, something very hard and strenuous. We consider that as arduous. Artless is what? Artless means, that means it doesn't mean a person without the talent of art. No, 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 no. It is not like that. So artless means a person who is not cunning. Okay. Or a person without guile, or a person who is open and honest, or even I can say a person who is naive. Okay. So that means who actually have no, who is not trickery. A person who is not trickery, we can call them as artless. Okay. It is not like he is without some talent or nothing. No, it is not that. Aesthetic is what? So that is austere, abeyance. If we practice that abeyance, that means if we start living the simple life, okay, I don't want to wear any branded this one. I don't want to eat any, what is that, luxurious food, and I want to live simple. That ascetic. Okay, usually the saints, yogis, and all will practice, right? That is self-denial. Okay, that is ascetic. Assiduous is what? Diligent. Diligent is what? Hardworking. So assiduous ambitious, diligent, hardworking. So all these things comes under one category. Assuage is what again? To ease in or to satisfy, to soothe, to pacify, to ameliorate. All these things comes under assuage here. Okay. Attenuate is what? Making something thinner. Okay. So even the situation can be from complex, you can make it too simpler. That is attenuating the situation. For example, so the warlike condition was attenuated by a treaty signed between the two nations. That means what? Attenuated means that complex situation was made simpler by signing a treaty. Okay. Making thinner means don't think always like from liquid to much thinner liquid. No. Attenuate, we can use it in this one. That means anything make any complex thing making into simpler, we can use this word attenuate. Audacious is what? Daring and bold. See, assiduous, audacious, and this one arduous. Okay, all these things sound similar, but they are minutely different from each other. Okay, be very careful about this. Austere is ascetic, abeyance, all these things comes under one simple thing. Then autonomous is what? Independent or self-governing. Okay. Then aware is what? Something if you're declaring very confidently. Okay. So if you're presenting a fact, that means what? You are basically averring there. What you're doing, you're averring because you're confident about the information. That means that information is very, very, very true. Okay. Now, banal is also very common. I can say like idlis and dosas are banal to southern part of the country, while samosas are banal to North India, isn't it? That means what? Something very common, like commonly present. Okay. So acmate, commonplace, or trite of. So basically, it is not basically having that this one. Okay. Something very commonly found, we can say that as banal. Belay is what? Belay. So it is giving a false impression. Okay. So if the things are good, but we are going and presenting as if the things are bad. Okay. That means we are belaying. See, lie is there in that. Lying means what? Basically, we are not presenting the real condition. So we are giving the contradictory condition. So the word itself say here, see, belie means we are basically lying the situation. That means we are giving the false impression. We are giving the contradictory information. So belie is that. Beneficent. Always remember, bene is a good thing. Okay, wherever you get this bene, you think that that is a positive word. So beneficent is what? So something kindly, someone doing good. So there was someone who is actually doing good for us. We call them as beneficent or beneficiary. Okay, bolster is what? Supporting, reinforcing. Okay, so that is bolster or supporting. Now bombastic. Okay, sometimes we need to be bombastic, isn't it? So that means we need to make our life more interesting. So how we can make the things more interesting? By being bombastic. That means like what is that? Sometimes we need to celebrate, sometimes we need to speak out very, what is that, passionately, by using different words and everything. So that means what? So bombastic is something like very, very too expressive in nature. Okay, when we are too expressive in nature, we can consider that. So that person is bombastic in his speech. Okay, so we can say that. That means they use high words. You could have seen so many times, certain people will be speaking about like very nicely, very like they try to describe the things so very beautifully. So they can be called as bombastic. Yeah. Okay. What is this boorish? Boorish is nothing but, so bura, mnemonic that you can take here is what? Bura. Bura in Hindi, what we say? Bad. Okay. So that means boorish is nothing but rude and is that I can say a clue card or a roadmap where you can remember the things easily. Okay. Now, Burgeon. Burgeon is what? So it is something growing further. Okay, Burgeon. Remember the science word in maybe 8th standard, 9th standard, we had this burgeoning. So this one, what is that? Especially cactus will burgeon. So all these things we had. Now, burgeon is nothing but grow forth, okay, or giving out the buds. So that is burgeon. Burnish is what? Yes. So if you're painting or if you're giving a shining to something by burning, okay, so then that process is known as burnish here. Buttress is what? Your buttress. This is a common word. Hey, don't butter that person. You won't get extra marks, we'll say. Now, buttering is nothing but we are propping up or we are supporting, we are praising. So those things, buttressing is that. Okay. Now, capricious. How many of you people are fickle-minded? And you'll be wondering, what's wrong with ma'am? Why is she asking this? Fickle-minded. What is this capricious? I can say even mercurial also. That means one moment we'll think like this, the other moment we'll say, no, 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 I will not do this. That means we are unpredictable. Okay. Many times, especially teenagers are capricious, fickle-minded, unpredictable. One time there'll be something. I guess you people are not teenagers, maybe young adults. So young adults would have come out of that capricious nature. In fact, as we grow old, what happens? That capricious nature will come down, isn't it? So unpredictable or fickle-minded. Fickle-minded means that's what? But not very this one stable in our decisions. Okay. And castigation is what? Punishment. Severe punishment is very bad punishment. We call that as castigation, or severe criticism is also castigation we can consider. Okay. Catalyst is what? It's something which makes the reaction to happen. That means what? It is that one thing without which the reaction will not happen. But when the reaction happens in the presence of that substance, the substance will not get any changes. That means what? Catalyst you can use for person also. If there is some situation, if that situation can only be rectified by one person, who will neither be under advantageous or disadvantageous state, so that person can be called as catalyst here. Why I am giving this examples means because so these things not just used for science questions, even when they are talking about people, they use these words there. Okay, they tend to use. That's the reason I am connecting the words and giving you the live this one examples there. Caustic is what? Very burning or sarcastically biting. If someone try to speak very rudely, if they use this hatred attitude of speaking, okay, then they are caustic in nature. If they are rude in their words, okay, so many people who are straightforward, they try to be very, very, very rude, okay, that means what? They are caustic in nature. Caustic, their words are caustic in nature. That means that actually hits us or that actually demotivates us. So that's caustic. Okay. Then chicanery is what? The person who is trickery. Okay. Who is not good minded, who is cunning, who want to, what is that, gain benefit from others by lying. So that is deception, trickery or chicanery. All these things comes as a negative word, where a cunningness for having a self gain. Okay, so that is this. And coagulate is what? Thicken, to concentrate, thicken, congeal, clot. So all these things comes under what? Coagulate. And then we have coda. Coda is what? That summarize, the last summarization or the music that concludes the complete composition, the concluding section of the music, so is also called as coda. Or coda we can use not only for music. So it was a coda from the person. That means what? It was a summarize. Like today's class is a coda for our verbal section, isn't it? That means it summarizes, it concludes our text completion and sentence equivalence. Cogent is what? Cogent is something convincing. Okay. So if we are convincing, so that is cogent here. Now, commensurate. So proportionate, or so corresponding to some extent or degree, so or proportionating we can call as commensurate. But many times commensurate we try to, what is that, this one mistake with commencing. Commencing is different, commensurate is different. Commencing is to start off with, commensurate is to proportionate or corresponding in the extent. Okay. And now look at this word, compendium. What is this compendium? It is a comprehensive summary, briefing. That means explaining everything using limited words. So that is compendium. What it is? Compendium is nothing but, so expressing the complete idea using very little or a few words, that is compendium. Then complaisant. Complaisant is what? So complaisant is nothing but you trying to be very polite, so or obliging, or trying to very please someone. So that is this one complaisant. What it is? Complaisant. Now don't get confused between this complaisant and compliant. Okay. So, and also don't get confused with complain also. Okay, there is a lot of difference. Complain means we are trying to be in a negative state, there we are complaining. Okay, but this is complaisant. Okay, trying to please, this is a positive thing. And compliant is also a positive thing. So that means yielding to the requirements or conforming to the requirements, that is compliant. Okay, then conciliatory is what? Something soothing. Okay, you're trying to soothe, so alleviate. Okay, you're trying to alleviate, appease, all these things conciliatory only. Condone is what? To overlook, to forgive, to give the tacit approval, or to excuse someone. So that is your condone. Okay, so condone is nothing but, so you're overlooking, you're forgiving, you're giving. Whereas confound is what? Confuse or puzzle. Connoisseur, yesterday we saw in our question, that is expert. Okay, who can act as a judge. That means an expert who has a great knowledge and great passion towards the heart, so or any form of heart. So that person we call them as connoisseurs. Okay, then contention. Contention is what? Claim or thesis. So that is contention. But look at the thing, contention and contentious. You're claiming here. Okay, you're claiming means you're presenting your argument. But contentious, so shows here that it is quarrelsome. Just what is the difference here? ION and IOUS. You can see here you're claiming here, but here you're quarrelsome. That is the difference. So be very careful about the words. Don't think that, oh, contention, contentious, we can take it in the same very manner. No, it is not. Okay. Then contrite is what? Penitent. So contrite is nothing but penetrite, and conundrum is what? Riddle, difficult problem. Anything that is difficult, so we can consider that as conundrum. Converge is what? So converge is converge, so coming and meeting at one point, coming together. Opposite of converge is divert, expanding out. Okay, that is diverging. So converge is coming and meeting, diverging is splitting up. Okay, so that I guess you guys, convoluted. Convoluted is what? Chakravyuha. You can remember. Chakravyuha is what? Coiled and coiled and coiled. Okay. That is convoluted. Convolutions. So something very intricate, complicated. Okay. Intricated, complicated, coiled. So convoluted. All these things what? So are same. That means anything which can be considered to be complex also, we can use the word convoluted there. Now, craven. Craven is what? Cowardly. Cowardly means timid, one who is scared, who is not having that energy to face the situation. Cowardly, timid, afraid, scary. So that shyful. All these things leads to craven. Okay. Daunt is again what? Frighten. So daunt is again what? Frighten or intimidate. Intimidate is also what? Frightening only. Okay. Decorum is that orderliness. Okay. The discipline, orderliness, all these also basically it is the orderliness of manners. Okay. Good manners, we can call it as decorum. Default is what? Failure to act. That means it will be there, defaulting. Okay. Not acting on. Defaulting is nothing but not to act. Deference is what? So cautious regard for another's wishes. But when you look at the word deference, we feel that, oh, something you're not agreeing to others wish, but actually you are basically what you guys are doing, you're giving that extra regard for another's wish. That means you being very what is that, vigilant that another's wish should happen. So that is deference. Okay. Then delineate. Delineate to what? To depict, to explain, to portray, to sketch, to illustrate. All these things are delineate. Denigrate is what? Blackening. That means spoiling off or degrading. Denigrate is degrading, blackening. All these things comes under this one. Deride is what? Deride. So, ridiculing someone or making fun of others. Okay. Making fun, ridiculing. Ridiculing is also teasing only. Okay. Or putting someone, abating someone. Okay. So abating someone, ridiculing. So all these things are same. Derivative is what? Something which is not original, it has been extracted from something else. Okay. So that is your derivative. So then desiccate is to dry up. You would have seen in supermarkets we get desiccated coconut, desiccated fruits. That means the one which has been removed of so water. Okay. So the dried up things we can take it as desiccate. Okay. Dysentery. So someone who is not having any aim or so someone who is not very energetic. Okay. Just an haphazard it is. So then we can call them as dysentery. Deterrent is what? Hindrance. Okay. Trying to resist or trying to be this one, what is that? Kebab mein haddi, we can say deterrent, hindrance. Okay. Something that discourages for someone to do something, that is called as deterrent. Yeah. Then diatribe. Yesterday we had this word, isn't it? Bitter scolding or invective, a bad, a negative speech. Okay. Diatribe is what? A negative speech we have. Then dichotomy is what? Split. Okay. Monotony we had in biology, isn't it? So monotony, especially in botany, monotony, dichotomy. So the seeds. Okay. So if the seeds has a slit between them, then they are dichotomy. All peanuts, so almonds, all these are dichotomy. Yeah. Diffidence is what? Shyness. Okay. So anyone with shy, so we can consider them as diffidence here. Diffuse is to spread. Okay. Agarbatti, the incessant sticks. Okay. Smell diffuses. Diffuses means spreading out. Okay. So rambling also is word, and even wordy also we can take it as diffusing. Digression is what? Going out of the subject. When one will digress from the subject? Only when one is not having idea about it, or one is not comfortable of speaking that, or have no knowledge about that. So that is your digression. Derage. This also we had. Lament with music. Lament means like, especially we are praising someone who is already dead. Okay, so that is dirge here. Disabuse is what, uh, whatever the false impression we have, we are correcting that. That is disabuse. Abuse means what? We are scolding, keeping in mind they are wrong. Disabuse means we are correcting ourselves from that false impression. Okay, that is what is that? Disabuse. Discerning is what? Very quick and observant, having insight. Okay, but look at the word, it sounds to be negative here. Discerning means, oh, we think that, oh, this is there, it should be, what is that, negative. But look at the word meaning. It is like the one who is mentally quick and observant. Okay, the one who has that insight. Okay, so that person is called, that characteristic is known as discerning. Okay, discordant is what? Cordant is harmonious. Cordially you are invited. This cordially you are invited means, oh, we don't want you to come, there is a conflict. Okay, no, we are not harmonious to have you on the this one. That is discordant. Okay, discredit is what? Crediting is what? We are adding on. So the credit goes to you, we say. That means we are praising you, we are faming, giving the fame for you. But this credit means we are not defaming, destroy the confidence, disbelief. Okay, all these things comes here. Discredit, defame, destroy, all these things. Discrepancy is what? Lack of consistency, differences. Okay, so discrete is what? Separate, unconnected, consisting of distinct parts. Disingenuous, lacking genuine candor, insincere. Ingenious is what? Having that sincere characteristic, being very candor. Okay, that is ingenious. Disingenuous is what? So just opposite to that there. Now, disinterested is unprejudiced. And one more thing we have for disinterested. Okay, what is that? So the one who is not basically benefited, is neither benefited nor not benefited. That means the one who is not having any connection with a particular thing, so that person will be disinterested in that topic. Okay. Or unprejudiced. But what is this prejudiced here? Prejudiced means the one who is having narrow thinking. Prejudice is not a positive word. So prejudice is a negative word. What does the prejudice means? Prejudice is nothing but, so the one with narrow thinking. Okay, so disinterested means what? The one who is not basically will not have any kind of positive or negative effect from that particular thing. That means you can think he is very cool about the thing happening. That means what? He is not having any predetermined idea about that particular thing. Okay, so next, disjointed. That means what? There is no coherence, there is no joins, there is no connection. We don't have that connection, we don't have that what is that, we can say we are not on the same board there. Okay, so that is disjointed. Dismiss is what? Just rejecting. Disparage is what? Belittle. Belittle means we are being very cunning, negative minded. That is called belittle or disparage. Disparate is what? Basically disparate, so it is very different or unrelated. Dissemble is what? Disguising themselves, to pretend, pretentious. Okay, so pretend, pretentious, disguise, dissemble. So all these things means the same. Disseminate. Seminate is to spread. And disseminate is also to distribute, to spread, to scatter the things. That is dissemination. Then dissolution is what? The one who is loose in morals. Okay, that means the one who is not very good person. So that we call them as dissolution. Dissonance is what? So discord. So that means something which is not in harmony, just opposite to the harmony, not something which is not pleasing, something which is not to the track. Okay, so that is dissonance. Distant is what? expand, swelling out. Okay, so distant, burgeon. You remember we had taken the word burgeon, distant, expand, swell out. All these things means the same. Distill is what? Distill water. Recall. Distill water is what? Pure water. It won't have anything in it, isn't it? So that is to purify, refine, concentrate. So all these things comes in the distilled form, right? Diverge, I said, so spreading out. Okay, converge, meeting. Diverge is spreading out, go in different directions. Okay, divest is what? Deprive, strip, taking out. Okay, deprive of something means so basically not getting what is required there, that is depriving or stripping of something, we can say there. Document is nothing but anything if we provide the written evidence, so that is documentation or documenting. Dogmatic is what? Something where we are, what is that? Opinionated. Yesterday we had this word dogma, I guess you people remember. The opinionated, arbitrary, that religious beliefs, some kind of beliefs, so where or some kind of principles that we hold on, so that is doctrinal. And dormant is what? Something in an inactive state, sleeping mode, lethargic state, latent. Okay, latent is also what? Lethargic only, sleeping only. Dormant we can say, sluggish we can say. All these things basically directing towards what? Our this one, lethargicness. Dupe is what? Someone where we easily fool. Okay, that is, duping is someone who can be easily fooled. Ebullient is what? Excitement, that enthusiasm, isn't it? So we need to be ebullient, isn't it? In our life we need to be ebullient, so to achieve anything. So because if we are enthusiastic, nothing can bring us down, no failure can bring us down, isn't it? Just so be ebullient. So when you people are practicing for your GRE exam, don't get stressed. Oh, I need to work this much, I need to work that. No, enjoy in that stress only. What I say everyone is that whatever the exam stress you people get, now enjoy that stress. Why? That stress will be very, what is that? Ephemeral, short period it will be. Why? So once you give the test, once it is done, so you're free. You will not have anything to stress out then. So in life, we will not give again GRE, isn't it? So any stress that comes to us, you need to face it very ebulliently because we won't get it again. We are dead sure that stress. It could be subject stress or any other stress. Okay. Eclectic. Okay. Now, whatever the lessons that we are presenting you, so we have actually taken from eclectic resources. That means what? We have chosen from many different resources. Okay, we have been eclectic is what? Selecting from wider range of sources, we can call that as eclectic. Okay, efficacy is what? Power to produce desired effect. That means you have that power. It is not efficiency. It is that power. We are concentrating that it is the power that we have to produce the desired effect. That is that efficacy. Okay. Effrontery is what? It is a rude word and a negative word. Effrontery, many times you people would see it could be children, it could be like, what is that, citizens of a country. They try to say that what did country do to me, what did my parents do to me, so what, this kind, even though they won't be doing their duty, they may be at fault, but to cover up their fault they will start questioning the opposite party. That kind of boldness. Okay, the boldness that the people have in questioning other for their own mistake is known as what? Effrontery. That kind of deadly boldness, so we call it as effrontery. That means what? It is impudence, that shameless boldness, that sheer nerve, presumptuousness. So all these things gives us this effrontery. Okay. Then what is this elegy? Elegy is nothing but poem or a song expressing lamentation. Lamentation, again, what? Praising someone who is already dead. So that is lamentation. So a poem or a song, so praising someone who is dead, we call that as elegy here. Okay. Elicit is what? Drawn out of discussion. Okay, so something, it is not just the conclusion which is drawn out of discussion, so we can consider that as elicit here. Embellish is what? Adorning, ornamenting, or decorating, enhancing. So that is embellishing here. Okay. Now, empirical. So based on experience. Okay. So whatever we are training here, whatever the suggestions that we give, so we give on a empirical thought process. Why? Because we have experience of giving exam, we have experience of teaching, experience of learning, all these things. Okay, so that means our lessons will be based on empirical this one experience. Okay, emulate is what? Rival, imitate. Okay, so emulate is either to imitate or rivaling, so that is known as emulate. And endemic, pandemic to everyone know. Now pandemic is a every house word we can say, because we have come across pandemic, isn't it? Now, in fact, we are all lucky that we are all saved from the deadly pandemic, isn't it? So, right, endemic is what? So something prevailing among some specific group of people or a specific area or country. That means something which is just present in one set of group. Okay, it is just present in this one reserved area. That is endemics. Like certain diseases and all, they are endemics. Why? They won't spread to other people. Even if we go to that place also, we may not get. Why? Because that may be because of the genetical thing. See, like if you see Africans, they usually suffer from this one mineral problem, because the water and all, whatever there is present in Africa, so what happens, it contains lot of minerals there. Okay, because of the consumption of that heavily mineralized water, so they usually have some kind of diseases, bone disease, some kind of disease. So that is not, that is only prominent among those group of people. Okay, it is not prominent for us there. But if we go start living there permanently, then we may have that. Okay, but it won't spread. But pandemic is what? A disease or something which is spread over a very large area. That is pandemic. Okay, enervate. So enervate is what? To weaken. So weaken is enervating. Engender is what? Causing, producing. Engendering is what? Causing or producing, and that is engendering. Enhance is what? Increase, improve. Ephemeral, yesterday we saw fleeting or short-lived. Equanimity, yeah, the equanimity is what? The calmness of temperament. So temperament, if it is maintained, if it is calm, composure, that is equanimity. Okay, equanimity is what? So something calm and composed, we say, na, that is equanimity. But equivocate is what? Now equivocate is just opposite that. We are trying to mislead for our own this one, what is that? Benefit. We are trying to mislead, or we are trying to, what is that, manipulate the things for our own benefit, or we are trying to hide the truth for our own benefit. All these things are what? Equivocate. Okay, and erudite is what? Learned, scholarly. Esoteric is what? Something very very difficult to this one understand. Abstruse. Okay, abstruse word you have seen in your this one. So examples, whatever we did. Esoteric, abstruse, all these things comes under same category. Very hard to understand. Okay, eulogy is what? Again, expression of praise, often on the occasion of someone's death. Euphemism is what? Mild expression in the place of unpleasant one. That means you are just giving some kind of unpleasant situation. You're giving that mild expression of that unpleasant one. So that is euphemism. Exaggerate is what? Worsening the situation, bitterizing the situation. That is exaggerate. Okay. Exculpate is what? Culpate is what? Blaming. Exculpate means what? We are clearing someone from blame. That is exculpate here. Okay. Now, exigency, exigency, emergency, exigency, all these things we can take it as one set of words. Okay. Exigency means urgent situation, pressing needs or demands, state of requiring immediate attention. So that is called as exigency. Extrapolation is what? So extrapolation, you are projecting. Okay, you are thinking forward. Okay, whatever the situation we have, we understand and think forward. So that is extrapolation. Facetious is what? Facetious, it is joking or humorous. Okay, joking in an inappropriate condition, not in an appropriate condition, in a wrong condition. If you are joking, so that is facetious. Facilitate is help, bringing about, making something less difficult. Fallacious, false or misleading. We have this word. Fatuous is brainless. Inane. Inane also yesterday you saw, na? A foolish thinking, silly thinking. Okay. So foolish yet smug. Okay. Fatuous is nothing but what? Brainless, inane, foolish. So all these things. So fawning is what? Trying to please by behaving obscure, flattering or cringing. That means we are not behaving in the way we are. We are trying to be pretentious to flatter someone. Okay, to impress someone. Whatever our duplicate act is there, that disguised act is there, that is called as fawning. Felicitous is what? Suitably expressed, well chosen. Okay. Fervor is what? Intensity of that feeling. Okay, that great intensity of feeling. So we can consider that as what? Fervor. Flag is what? Drooping. Drooping is nothing but growing weak. Okay, flag. So when we have a flag, it is indicating that there is some problem, isn't it? Flagging is what? It is indicating there could be some problem. Drooping, growing feeble. Okay, then fledgling. Yesterday we had someone who is inexperienced, so young in doing that particular thing. So callous also we can take here. So fledging is what? Inexperience. Flout is what? To reject, mock, to show the contempt for. Okay, contempt is again for showing rejection. Okay, so flout is nothing but reject, mock, show contempt for. Foment is what? Stir up, to get angry. Fomenting is nothing but to get angry. Okay, to get instigated, to get provoked. So that is your foment. Okay, now forestall is what? Just prevent by taking action in advance. That means if we prevent ourselves not taking any action in advance, that is forestalling. Frugality, what is what? Thrift, economy. Futile, so something useless, hopeless, inefficient. Okay. Gainsay, gainsay is what? Denying. Okay, but look at the word how it is. Gainsay, gainsay is something like it looks positive, but here what it is? It is denying. Okay, then garrulous. Garrulous is what? Loquacious, talkative, wordy. Okay, so that is the thing we have. God, urge on. Then gorge, overcharge, grandiloquent, pompous, bombastic, using I sounding long, this one language. So gregarious and garrulous, almost same. Sociable, talkative, all these things we can say. Guileless is what? The one who is not the artless. Okay, without that cunning nature. Gullible is what? The one who can be easily deceived, cheated. Okay, so naive. Harangue, again we had this word. So that vehement speech is what? Vehement is hatred. Okay, a long, passionate hatred speech, that is erang. Homogeneous, something of same kind. Okay, so like this, guys, I guess you people have handouts of these words. Kindly go through these words. Okay, so because they play crucial role here. Now, tell me, guys, what doubts you have with regards to text completion? Your this one, yeah, that's the reason I say caustic, boorish. Boorish is, yes, we can take in certain level. We can take them as similar words. Yeah. Yes, Ashwin, you can see, like, we have vocab books. Okay, so which is basically, if you just see their GRE word book, so you'll have many series. Okay, Barron's is the best one. Barron's 1,000 words we have. Along with that, in the Telegram group, when we were discussing the word, we had given you the complete set of this one. What is that? Some of the PDFs of the words. Okay, because these word books, no, whatever the books that we have in the market, they don't cover everything. They just give the words word meanings. Okay, even its usage also will be given, but you need to work on different sources. That means lexical resources. What does this lexical resources contain means, first you need to work on the complete roots, prefixes, suffixes. If you want, you please note down there. So the first thing is that you need to work on the complete Latin and Greek based roots, prefixes, suffixes. Then you need to work on one word substitutions. We'll be having many jargons. Okay, so jargons are nothing but how we can come over these jargons by understanding one word substitutions. Then high frequency words. So Barron's, we have like almost 1,000 high frequency words, so which are very commonly present in your this one. So these 1,000, this one, what is that? High frequency, Barron's high frequency words you can take. For each word, Google out, you get many synonyms, right? And take, collect them. Antonyms, you collect them. You yourself make the journal. Because as I said, we don't have one book that contains all of these things, but you need to work on all of these things, isn't it? So therefore we had given many PDFs on the basis of this word power book made is this one. Okay, so these are the things that you need to work on. Okay, so for any word that you come across, you yourself make a journal, type the word. So ask for all the synonyms, you get complete synonym list, put that. Ask for antonyms, you will get the complete list, put there. So in that way you are making the family words also, and you are getting the n number of words there. Okay, that is how you need to work on, Ashwin. Okay, as such we don't have one particular book, and you can join this Telegram channel, so where you will be getting all the resources for the same. In fact, right. Any other queries you people have? But lots of practice is required. Okay, so I guess you people are aware like how to work on, because we almost practiced 40 questions on text completion and sentence equivalence together. So that's great, great in number. So I want you people to, in the same very way you people approach, definitely you will be able to crack every question. Okay, any other queries you guys have? Okay, so if no queries, okay then, bye guys. So take care, happy weekend, and we'll see you in the next class. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Also, if anyone has any other query related to the Ubergrad channel, you may tell now. Otherwise, you all may please leave. Thank you.